Well, hello everyone and welcome to Gumbo's Flying Circus, another live stream. And today we're going to be doing some F18 Hornet, and there's a number of preordained situations. So I thought I'd have a go at some of those. So today I'm going to be trying first the Case 1 carrier landing. Now, I have managed to do this beforehand, but I thought I'd get in a bit more practice and see how I get on. So, okay, so let's get into it, and I'm going to do an overhead pattern, left brake, and then come back and land. So let's see how this goes. So I need to keep about 350 knots. About there. So the carrier's dead ahead, we're about 8 nautical miles from it, and the tacan I believe is 5.5. Let me put that up on the HSI, and I want a course. Can I put a course in? Nope. Okay, so that's fine. I wonder if I put tacan. There we go. So I want that to be about 0 degrees. There. So I think that's the carrier there dead ahead. So we're a bit high, let's go down to 2,000 feet. There we go, just passed over the top. So we just extend a little bit. And so it'll be a left brake, descending to approach and set up ready for the landing, and we need to get down to 600 feet, so let's do that brake now. And get some descent going on. There we go. So because I've got that course set up on the HSI, I know exactly where I am now. Keep that descent coming in. So now we can put the hook down. We'll have flaps down to full, and we'll get the gear out. Just trim. We've got to make sure we don't descend too much. See if I can get that up. There we go. So we're using the trim for the pitch and throttle for the angle of attack. So there's the carrier. Got a bit too slow there. Just trim that. We're at 800 feet, so that'll be about right. We need a 3-degree angle to the carrier, so that'll probably give us that. So let's turn in. There's the carrier. So we need to come round and make sure we line up with the actual runway, which is at a slight angle, of course. Let's get that down. That looks quite nice. Okay, it's are we at 3 degrees? Yeah, it's about there. So it's pitch down. Pitch back up. To keep that in line. I'm not sure what that means, probably passing 500 feet. We'll keep adjusting. Let's get that down. Let's get that up, so we're going to actually run into the deck rather than land on it. And we're down. Yeah, that's not bad. That was pretty good. So now we need to get the hook up. Whilst we're on deck, we put our wings up there, get the flaps up. Oh, they can stay at full actually, I think. Maybe not. Does that help? Yeah, that helps. Wonder if we can launch as well, because there's a few aircraft sitting there. And we're on a launch here. Okay, so we need nose wheel steering on, and I can switch it to high and it'll stay there. They say you're supposed to hold it down, but that should have been on carrier. Cancel that off. Right. So let's see if we can do a launch. Come around there. Don't want to hit any of these. So that catapult there looks good. So let's turn around and get on there. See if we can get in line. Come on, move. What have I got on there? I can go up to 75 apparently. There we go. So if we now drop that, see if it'll put us on there. No, how far are we? No, quite far. Okay, so let's get that bar back up and put nose wheel steering back on. Nose wheel steering. So we have a look at the outside. Okay, I need to get that just in line there, don't I? Let's get rid of that. Okay, let's move that round. Okay, so that moved us over. I wonder if we can do it from there. Let's put the launch bar down. There we go. Oh yeah, so we only need to be on this bit here. Okay, and we're on. And that, up comes the blast door. Right then, so we need wings down. Here they come. We can put the HUD on here. And this, check the bit test. If I can find it. Okay, apparently some of that doesn't work anyway. Let's go FCS. We need to set our stab trim. And that's on 12. Okay, excellent. So we put our flaps down to half. Okay, and now all we need to do is just put the throttle up then, and it should launch. Excellent. Right, let's have a go at this. And we're up. So gear up. Okay, there we go. Just trim out. Okay, I'm going to go back around and have another go at this. So we need to go 180 degrees. Just get the speed down again. There we go. So once we reach 250, we can put the hook down, gear down, flaps down. Just get the light on. Okay, just trim. Put some throttle in. Don't want to descend too much because the carrier's just there. But let's put some power back on. As you see the nose coming up, I'm just using the trim to get the pitch, and you use the throttle to get the angle of attack. So as you put on throttle, as you put the thrust up, you need to pitch down a bit. So that's actually on the right angle of attack of 8.1 there, which is quite a high angle of attack. So we've got to be careful now because we're only 129 knots. So I want to descend. I'll just take some of the throttle out and pitch down. How far is that carrier? Yeah, that's way. Just give myself plenty of room there. Use the pitch, put in some throttle, pitch up. Put some power in just to get us around this corner. Probably a bit too much bank there. Still trying to keep that angle of attack, which is getting tricky. Yeah, so I can give us just a tiny bit of pitch roll there, tiny bit of bank. We want a 3-degree angle to the carrier. A little bit fast. Put the trim in. A bit more thrust. That's not bad. So I'm just trying to line up. Oh, put a bit more throttle in. Let's turn towards the carrier. Yeah, it's trying to bank up again, isn't it? Control that with the trim. There's quite a trick to it, because you've got to do both the throttle and the trim, and whilst keeping the aircraft on line. I might be a little bit shallow in the angle there to get onto the deck, but we'll see what happens. And this is supposed to be the correct technique for the F18. You just got to make sure it's nice and stable. There we go, we turn a bit into the carrier. Oh, 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 oh. Don't want to go up. See, we're slightly off. And there's the angle. Get the pitch down, pitch down. Oh, pitch up, pitch up, pitch up. Oh, we're gonna... Oh, that's so difficult. Right, let's try that again. The trick is not to use your stick, apart from to keep the heading. So you've got to keep the power for the angle of attack, the trim for the pitch. Let's try that again. I'm sure once you get used to it, you'll be well away. Or at least I will be. So let's try that again. So I was a bit low on the approach, and I waited too long to actually turn in. Just come along now. There's the carrier. So I'll put the tack-an in. Oh, turn it on. Let's go HSI. And tack-an. There we go. So the carrier is now behind me, so let's go round, drop some height, get in line with these ships. I think give me a nice spacing out. Here's the carrier, there it is. So we stay in within there. We just want it on the wingtip, I think. Yeah, so we need to put the carrier bypass on. Well, we've got speed 250, let's go half there. Get the hook down. Time for the landing gear and full flaps. Now we can start adjusting this. If we keep the speed up a bit, just going to make that turn a lot easier. There we go, now we can start turning in. So if I keep the speed up a bit, I can use the stick until I get round. Keep it about 180-ish. There we go. Look there, look there, look there. Just keep that sight going. coming round. Let me just shallow that out to get us round onto that heading. And when the carrier gets to 3 degrees, which is coming up, pull that, get the power off. So we're looking good about there, I should think. Keep the nose up, keep the nose up, keep the nose up, keep the power in, power down. Power up, trim, not too much. Yeah, it just keeps wanting to go, doesn't it? We want it about there. Just keep adjusting. Oh, that's looking much better. Tiny bit of power in. Slightly off. Needs to come right. Keep that trim. Oh, hi Shifty, how's it going? Just doing some carrier landing practice. Oh, might be a bit too shallow here. Yep. Oh, it's a pain. Right, let's try that again. Oh yeah, how did you get on with it? It's just keeping that angle. I'm coming in too shallow, I think. Alright, let's see if I can keep 350 knots. Got 3 out of 3. Ah, that's just showing off, isn't it? I have done a couple of landings. I did one a minute ago, and I've done a couple the other day. But I'm just trying to get used to using the throttle and the trim instead of the stick. But yeah, the catapults work really well. Really good. I like the steam effect as well. That looks nice. Problem is, as well, is the frame rates go down a bit on the carrier, I'm finding. So I'm going to put the tacan in. 55. Yeah, this thing doesn't work. Sometimes you got. It's on. Clear. 55. There we go. Let's get the HSI up. Tacan. Turn that off. Right, let's zoom out a little bit. And I want that on carrier bypass. Okay, let's do the brake. Get down low. There we go. Just descend. Okay, so the carrier's there. Just keep that balance and try not to get too low on the actual approach. It's going to do me a lot better than what the last couple of attempts. So we get the flap down, gear down, pull up 700 feet. So now I think you're supposed to turn about now, aren't you? Put some power in just to get round. Alright, looking. 600 feet now. Still descending a bit too low there. There we go. So let's try and get that angle a bit better. I'm actually using the stick a bit more at the minute rather than using the trim, which is all very clever, but it's proving a tad difficult. So that's about the 3-degree angle there, isn't it? Right, let's put some trim in, get on, get some throttle in. Yeah, a bit fast. I'm just putting in some trim just to help me out. Okay, a bit low. Put some speed on. Try not to let that come up too much. Get down, get down, get down, get down. Throttle back. Yeah, that's looking a bit better. No, no, dropping again. No, bolt it. Slightly shallow again. I'll keep the gear down. Let's turn. I'm looking for that 180, and there's 800 feet, so I don't need to do any more climbing. It's 200. Let's get that throttle down now. Where's the carrier? There's the carrier. Too slow. Yeah, this is the this is one of the instant action missions that comes with the Hornet. It's the phase 1, or whatever they call it, carrier landing. I think there's I'm not sure what's on the deck. There's a couple of different planes on there. Right. Too slow. Right, let's see. Put a bit of trim in. Use the power. Right, now we can come around nice and slow to get lined up again. And we're super high this time, so I'm going to put it into a descent. Bring the power back, put some trim in. I'm going to come across the bow. Get the descent down. Okay. Slow down a little bit. There we go. Let's do a nice shallow roll. We've got 800 feet. Okay, let's come across this way. It's supposed to be 3 degrees, but we've got to keep that speed up, I suppose. But it's giving me 130 knots, roughly. I think I'm about lined up. Yeah, if I speed up it just doesn't. So that it's got to be about 128 knots. No, don't go down, don't go down. Just keep up, keep up. Right, bottom red one is too slow, okay. Let's line up a bit here. You keep saying too slow. Maybe I'm too light or something. I'll just get that marker on there. That's looking a bit better. Oh yeah, it's still there. Oh no, crap. Oh, we're down. We made it. Oh, I think that was the last wire as well. Blimey. That's got to be so perfect. Let's get the hook up. Oh yeah, let's bring those up. Right, well, nose wheel steering to high. What's my fuel? 2800. Yeah, look around the deck. We've got a few different things here. The helicopter up in the air. There's the AWACS. A couple of helicopters. Right, let's see if I can go around and do another cat launch. So, NWS is high. Let's get that round. Wow, that spins really fast. It's hard to keep up with it. Yeah. Okay, let's go down to the end. Turn around. I'm going to go on that catapult there. So I think as long as you're near in that grey box just before that, it will put you onto the catapult. Okay, let's turn around. Line up. There we go. Keep that forward momentum going. Okay. Oh, don't stop, don't stop. Oh, just a bit of power there. Right, let's see how close I am. Yeah, it's when you're watching it just seems so apparent, but when you're actually doing it, not so much. It's a lot. The thing is, I find is there's when you're new to it, obviously there's a lot to keep in your head. So you can watch those lights. You've got to control the jet. You've got to see what your position is. You've got to keep in line. But I'm sure, you know, at a certain point it all comes second nature. Once you've done it enough. There we go. There, see, it shifted us over once we're in that grey box there. So now if I put this hook down and press U, there we go. So you don't actually need to put that right next to it, you just need to get in this grey box. There we go. Right, let's put our wings back down. And flaps to half. Are you supposed to keep anti-skid on? Well, I don't think it matters, but I'm not sure about that one. Right, let's check the FCS. Oh, let's just hold the button down. That should be about right. Okay, zoom out a bit there. Oh, I think I can manage one more. See if I can do it this time. Move that CRS around a bit. Right, okay, let's take off. I think I've got everything set up properly. What's this? Check trim. Oh well. And we're off. Right, let's turn around. Just watching that speed, I don't want it to get too high. So we need 180 degrees, as that carrier's pointing north. So we've got 210, 200, 800, 900 feet. Let's get the nose down. Pull the throttle off. Okay, so hook, flaps. I think I've still got the gear out. Yep. Right, getting a bit slow. Use the carrier. It's there. Yeah. Right, let's turn in now. See if I can fluke this. And there it is. It actually feels like work at the moment because I'm not used to it. The Harrier's now second nature with a lot of the actual flying of it, so I do it without even thinking, but I'm finding myself just that very conscious of what I'm doing at the minute. Right, let's get the nose down. We're 2 miles for the tack and for the ship. Now, is that the right angle there? Looks it. Oh, I don't want to descend too much because I want. That might be slightly too much of a off the chart there a bit. But let's get that down. Right, let's get the speed off. Keep putting in trim. Keep pulling up trim. Yeah, I need to come left. Bit more trim, bit more throttle. Yeah, that line up there. Put a bit more trim in. Get the nose down a bit. Drop the power off. Bit more power. Oh no. Oh, I caught it anyway, but that was a little bit short. Oh. Right, let's pull that up. Yeah, I was expecting the hook to bounce over the wire there, but I trapped it just. Seems a bit short to me anyway, but I'm not too sure, not used to it yet, so I don't know my positioning. Yeah, that's definitely a tricky one. We're just have to just keep going round and round, aren't I, at different points, and but yeah, that was quite nice. So let's see what else they've got. Instant action. See what they've got on Persian Gulf. Cold and dark, ready on the ramp. Carrier takeoff. Free flight. Landing. Carrier landing. Guns. BFM. So I'm going to go ready on the ramp and have a flyabout, I think, and have a look at this map. Maybe put some bombs on and see if I can see what will explode. But yeah, that carrot, that really feels like work. So it's good fun though. Good fun. Surprised how good it flies as well. The flight model on it's really good. Okay, so let's press fly. So let's have a look outside. So if I stick some weapons on, if it'll let me. F1. So what have we got? Pre-loadout is aim 9s, aim 7s and fuel. Aim 9s and Mark 83s, Mark 82 SEs, Mark 82s, Mark 84s. Zuni rockets. Let's take some Mark 83s. Yeah, I'll get some fuel in. 21. Right, we're close to maximum weight there. Surprisingly. Okay, let's just add some fuel and get some ordnance on the jet. There's quite a few parked up here. It's nice when you can actually see other jets. It doesn't make you feel like you're completely isolated in the post-apocalyptic flight simulation world. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you managed to get some sparrows this morning. 2 out of 2 hits. Oh, excellent. That's good stuff. Yeah, I had a little trouble with the bombs, but then we were being told what buttons to press, and I might have missed one. But I'll see if I can do some CCIP. So it looks like we're all set up. The stab trim's at 12, so we're all good and ready to go. Just put the lights on just for the fun of it. So we've got half flaps. Just waiting for the fuel to go in. It's at 9,500, 600. Might see if there's a TACAN here actually. So where are we in the world? Oh, we're right down here. No, no TACAN here, but there is a VOR at 115.2. So how are we getting on? Oh yeah, it's just loading now. There's the tanks. And there's the bombs, and there's the aim 9s. Yeah, they're pretty big, those. Very nice. Right, nose wheel steering is on, and we're good to taxi. Just see which way I've got to go. So if I come out here and turn left, that should do us. Okay, let's get a taxi going. How much have I got there? 75, 76, a bit much. Okay, let's take it around this way. Get rid of that. Let's go this way. Oh, running away from me a bit there. A bit too much throttle. On the training things I did yesterday, which is the training that comes with the F18, it says no more than 75% for taxi. So let's get this to 74 and see how much welly. There we go. Slowly, yeah, that speeds up nicely, doesn't it, on that? There should be enough runway here, I think. Okay, check in. Of course, there's not going to be any. Now I'm guessing that I've got enough runway going that way. Should be well more than enough in this thing. Oh, a bit fast. The high gain on. There we go. It's a little bit disconcerting because you can't hear the engine really. So you never know how much throttle you're getting in. Right. There we go, let's hold it and go to 80. About there. Okay, I think we're all ready, so let's go. Oh, how do I get the nose wheel steering off? Oh well, don't know. Let's pull up. Come on, up, 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 up. Just. Yeah, I need to make sure the nose wheel steering's off, I think, before I do that next time. I don't know what that's telling me. It flaps to auto. Let's have a look. Something to do with the bit. So let's have a look. I've no idea what that was. Something to do with the bit test by the looks of it. And the G limit 5.5. So there we are, we're right up in the air now, look. What's that got us to? 10,000 feet and 430 knots. So come off the burner. Let's have a fly around over here and have a look. Okay, to go towards Dubai City there. Put some more throttle in. Keep trimming. Right, let's have a look at this. So I think we need to go to stores. Air to ground. Is there any on here? So it doesn't look like we can actually select them. Hit gun. Oh, that's weird. I wonder if there's a bit of a bug to do with loading on stores, because you should be able to select them here, shouldn't you? But they're unselectable. How strange. Go, stores, station. Press Y. Oh, that's weird. So it seems like if you go into some of these, like when you put the you add some stores, and it doesn't like it. So the stores are in test, it says. See if it comes back with anything. See if it works. If it's not implemented, then that's a waste of time trying that. So I'll fly about for a minute. We're Mach 1.15 at the minute. 1.8. 1.2. Keep an eye on the fuel. It's Mach 1.26, 27. Let's get the nose down a bit more. Okay, 1.3. Yeah, 1.29. There we go. 1.21. Just pull round. Come off the burner now. Yeah, I'm not sure with that bit test thing on why the stores I can't select. Bit strange. But the stores page on the bit test says in test, and that's all it's saying. Okay, let's go up here. But I've got no options to choose the bombs on here. Air to air. So the air to air works. And the gun works. Possibly. Turn that off. There's that big huge building actually. There he is. Oh, what else have we got round here?
Altitude.
Oh, there's that picture frame. And the monorail system there with the stations. Okay, what's here? Looks like where we started almost. It's the international airport. Whoop. Let's take it, break round it. Let's take it round, just having a quick nosy. Come off the burner again. So it looks pretty good. Let's go down to the coast. Go down that way. That's where that hotel is, isn't it, with the helipad on it? Oh yeah, very nice. Apparently that's luxury as anything. Watched a documentary on that building, and if you stay there, you can get a helicopter come pick you up and take you on a tour. If you've got the money. Right, let's slow down. I've just seen an archway, and I'm very curious to see if I can get through it. Plenty of yachts. Coming round, let's have a look. There we go. What do you reckon? Right, let's get the throat. Right in the middle. Oh, yeah, you can. That looked like that might be a bit tight, but we got through it. Just come round. Downtown. There's the monorail. Oh, and there, yep, there it actually is. Let's go through some gaps. Like you see in the movies. Whoop, hit the building. Right, anyway. So I couldn't actually get any weapons on, which is strange. And it doesn't look like there's any. Oh, there we go. Conventional bombing. Let's see what that gets us. Yeah, a bit strange when you add them, you can't select them. And the bit testing, whether or not that's not fully implemented, whether it's a bug, whether it's a... I'm not really sure what we're supposed to be expecting, to be honest. Might have to have a look into that. Right then, conventional ahead of you at 15 miles are 3 target arrays, each at a separate waypoint. Waypoint 1 has trucks and is marked with green smoke. Waypoint 2 has self-propelled artillery pieces and is marked with blue smoke, and waypoint 3 contains various armoured vehicles and is marked with red smoke. So we got green, blue or red. Let's just go for the green smoke. Flight. Yeah, I wonder if it had something to do with the radar barking. Oh well, I guess I'll never know. Right, so we need air to ground mode. That's CCIP. And fusing, we'll go nose. See fuse. That's delay. There we go, instant. So now in CCI, if we go UFC, we can hit quantity, and we go for 2 multiples of 1. That should do us. Right, let's see if this works. So ahead we've got blue smoke. Right, let's go for this green smoke. Let's have a look. Oh, what have we got? So there they are in the ring, and we are master arm and everything's set up. Should be.
Altitude. Altitude.
Right, let's get one of these in the crosshairs. There was a bit of a delay to it. Target hit. Oh, excellent. Oh, that works well. Okay, when it actually does, we can get it working. It works well. Oh, a bit too close there. Okay, let's go back round and have another go at that. Let's get the G on. That's a 6G turn. Let's pull up. Okay, let's get. Where's the truck? Okay, there we go. We go for that one there. 1 off. 2 off even. There. Target hit. Oh, very nice indeed. Okay. Alright, what else have we got on there? Let's choose those. So let's choose a fusing, we go nose again. We go instant. Then we go UFC. Quantity 1. Multiples 1. Enter. No, it doesn't like that. Let's turn in. Oh, getting a bit slow. Okay, let's choose these ones here. See what we can do, see if we can kill a couple of those. Put off the right, did that release something? Oh, that was off. Okay, so then we've got these things here. So fuse, go pry, that one, and we want instant. Quantity 1, multiple 1, that'll do. Let's see what we can take out, if anything. Round we come. Okay, so
Altitude. Altitude.
right, that dropped something. Let's have a look, see what it does. Oh, nowhere near. Okay, so I'm going to run out and then come back in. Just turn that around a bit. Okay. Slow it down. See if these work on these.
Altitude. Altitude.
Don't worry about altitude, love. Okay, so see if that hits it. Oh well, it got in the area. I don't think these are very good for that. So how many have I got left? 2. Okay, let's go back round. Where's the other ones? I haven't had a go at those yet. So if we bring that round, keep the height, dive on it. Oh, losing speed there. So let's see. Let's come up to. Just turn around on there. Alright, that's off. Yeah, I didn't come in properly for that one. So we're back to the original where we've got smoking.
Altitude. Altitude.
Try and get on target here. There we go. That was a little bit off. Okay, so that's all that done. Stick guns on. CCIP. Okay, that works. There's smoking ones there. I can just come round and try and get those.
Altitude. Altitude. Stay up, stay up.
Okay, we got that one. So it does come up with an in-range indicator when you're using guns, which is really handy. So how many rounds we got left? 305. Okay, let's pull that round. Let's get the burner back on. What's our fuel? Oh, 7,000, plenty. Is that 7,000? Yeah. Okay, let's pull that back. Let's get some kind of angle here. Choose a target. In range. Did I hit it? Oh no, just missed it. Okay, let's get up in the air. So I can come on a dive. Yeah, coming back round on target there. Alright, let's pull back the throttle. See if I can line up and get one. A little bit tricky.
Altitude.
There we go. Oh, that was close. Just made it round. Okay, so that's another target hit. Get some altitude. We've got 73 guns left, so this will be the last attack. Okay, so if we get that on our lift vector. Okay, well, oh, we've just gone through the speed barrier. Well, that was easy to do, wasn't it? In a turn. Right.
Altitude.
That looks like. Oh, just missed it. Okay, and then basically we can just do that. What's the speed? 450. Coming down to 400. And there's 350. So let's turn inverted. Pull. And we're at 20,000 feet, 300 knots, Mach 0.7, and we're egressing. Man, this has some power. Lots of performance in this aircraft. I mean, we broke the speed barrier in a turn. Okay, granted, I've got no more bombs on and things, but wow. Do I like this more than the Harrier? Oh, that's a tough one. I think once I get used to using the F18 and I know what I'm doing with all the weapons and I can sort out the systems and know the radar, I think this is going to be slightly better for me than the Harrier. Although I do really like the Harrier. I'm going to fly it every day near enough. But I think there's a few things that with this I'm not sure of yet, but it is a fantastic module. But I do need to learn a bit more about it. I wouldn't feel confident doing missions in this just yet. It's still very new, and I'm still very green. And I'm sure there's tons to learn about all the systems as well. I mean, radar's a new thing because Harry doesn't have one. But I must admit, the power of this is pretty awesome. But I think there's a couple of bugs with the weapons and stuff. I know that there's a bug apparently that if you preload weapons on when you spawn in, apparently you can't change the weapons because they won't work. But this is growing on me quite a bit, and also it's quite familiar as well. I mean, the UFC and the two displays here with the moving map looks familiar as well, and you've got the modes, and it's quite there is some familiarity there with the Harrier as well. So if you're going from Harrier to F18, it's not completely foreign. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going on second-hand information. That's what I think Kat was talking about that preload. It's a bit buggy. But let's get round. See, that's pulling the G's there. Right, let's work out where I am. right down here. So if I go, let's see what heading I need. So 64 degrees. Tack amber, it's got VR 3.4. Okay, let's get round. And that is 7 point something G then. Now if you just had two aim 9s on here and you just wanted to intercept, it's pretty lethal, isn't it? Yeah, that's true, Harrier. Still not complete. Still having a few issues with it. But at least at least they've got some other bits in there now, and but the Mavericks have gone again. The Ds, I think. Apparently, you have to turn DMT off, and we've noticed that it's been cleaned up as well inside the cockpit. It looks a lot newer. The vapors seem to be working now, which doesn't really matter. See, look at that, without even thinking it's Mach 1.35. Because I can't hear the engine, I'll keep leaving the afterburners on. So that's 98%. Now, unless you look, you've got no idea what the engine's doing in this, because you just cannot hear it. So in the Harrier you can hear it, boy can you hear it, but you can hear it, and so you can use sound to adjust your engine, but this you can't even hear it. And the afterburners go on, it's quiet. So it takes a bit of getting used to, I think. Okay, let's take master arm off, let's take that off. Let's have the HUD in there. Let's turn this off. That's on operation. Let's have FCS, see what that's doing. Does beacon work? Nothing. About IFF. No, there's none of that at the moment. Oh, there's autopilot. TACAN, is ILS working? Oh yeah. And those aren't. Now, can you put VORs in here? I don't know. Oh, thank you for the host, Shifty. That's very kind. Much appreciated. Okay, so we're 18,000 feet. See, it still says CCIP in there. So I guess you have to go to stores and turn that off. Oh yeah, turn the gun off. There we go. Okay, so let's put the HUD back in there. So, where am I now? So how much fuel have I got? 3,000. So I could make it to this airbase then. There, which is 59 degrees. No TACAN. What's this there then? That must be the VOR 115.2. So what did I say that degree was? 59, so about 060, which I'm basically on. Then I'll try a conventional landing. So not this one, but it's this one over here. And then I'll be landing there, and then have a look, see what else we can try. At some point I'll get a mission done. Oh, it's great, fine, thank you, Shifty. Yeah, very peaceful, isn't it, in this cockpit? There's our moving map, of course. God, that's difficult to see. Okay, let's change the scale. Well, that really goes. Okay, so that's waypoint data. Oh, looks like there's lots to this as well. Don't know how accurate this is. It looks like there's the water there going around here. Nope. Right, I think we're getting that close to that airbase now, yep. So let's do a left-hand circuit. See if we can slow it down. Extend that air brake. I extended that a bit too much when we were flying the other day, and my aircraft blew up. I think if you go in a certain speed and you just put it fully up, things go bang. Okay, let's do a slightly closer, tighter circuit than normal. There we go. Okay, let's get down to 1,000 feet. See, that's gone down on its own now, isn't it? There we go. So I want radar. Alright, slow down. There you go, you can hear the rumble of the air brake a bit there. Let's pull up. Okay. There we go. So when I'm 45 degrees, and it's over my shoulder 45 degrees, I'll turn in. Just do a visual approach and landing. See if I can keep this from hitting the deck. Okay, let's put that in. What have we got? 215. So we go gear down, flaps down. Oh, and it wants to launch itself into the ground. Let's get some, get the throttle up. Just double check I've done that right. So looking over. .150 knots. So it runs away. It's getting used to that throttle control. Very tetchy. And if you go too slow, it falls out the sky and it becomes very, very wobbly. So yeah, I'm gonna have to change the sound. But I like the here as if you've got your helmet on. Just try and make it seem a bit more real for me, I suppose. But yeah, I'm gonna have to change it because I cannot hear zero. It's very low. Even when I've got the sound turned up, it's still a little bit muted. Okay, let's see. Yeah, look, I didn't reduce it by much and it's dropped completely to the floor. Speed up a bit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, just getting used to that control. And it's off again. Right, come on, settle, settle, settle. And if I keep the throttle at this setting, turn onto the runway, let's get some trim in. Okay, let's pull up a bit. As long as I can get it stabilised, I'll be happy bunny. Yeah, it's a bit of a steep angle, but better than nothing. Right, there we go. So just add a bit of trim and a bit of adjust the throttle a bit. There we go. Try and keep that AOA. And you don't flare in this. Just fly it into the ground basically. And you don't want any more than about 700 feet per minute or 750 feet per minute. So mine's a little bit high. So what I'll do is I'll raise the nose slightly and I'll get a bit closer. There we go, 700, 670. Oh, slightly off. 620. And we're down. See if I can keep it on the runway. Oh, a little bit wobbly, but we're down. It wants to veer off a bit, doesn't it? Don't think I should have the nose wheel steering on.
Fuel low. Fuel low.
Yeah, I'll use the helmet in the Harrier because that's just super loud, isn't it? But yeah, I might have to try it without in this, I think. Right, let's put our air brake down. I wonder if that shows a ground speed. I can't really read it. It's very difficult to read it from there unless you get close in. Ah, new Speedy, hello, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream, just trying out the F18. Seeing what I can do with it. Very, very green, but getting somewhere. Alright, let's just park up here and then see what else I can try. See, if you don't have that high on, and then it goes like that. Oh. Yeah, those engines. When this is light, boy, this is like a rocket ship. You know, the Harrier's got quite high acceleration, but wow. A cold startup. You've got to be joking, haven't you? Yeah, shall we see how we get on? I've done one mission, training mission with the cold start. So let's see how much I can remember. Do I want you? If you could follow, that would be absolutely brilliant. I'd appreciate that very, very much. So let's quit out of here. Right, let's go into, right, cold and dark. Yeah, so I did the training mission with the cold and dark once yesterday. I can remember parts of it. So let's hit fly. Just zoom out a bit. Right, let's. Yeah, very nice. Lots of hornets around. And that's a VFA 113 skin. It does look nice, this model, doesn't it? Texturing and the modelling's superb on this. Right, okay then, cold start, let's see. So, if I remember correctly, we have to put on the battery and then run I think one of these tests next.
Engine fire left. Engine fire left. Engine fire right. Engine fire right. APU fire. APU fire. Bleed air left. Bleed air left. Bleed air right. Bleed air right.
Okay, so that's completed. Then you have to wait 10 seconds for a tape to rewind. Tape. You can see how old this is. 80s technology. Tape. Remember all the music all the music used to buy on vinyl and on tape, and the tape singles in the cardboard sleeve. Okay, are we about right 10 seconds now, I think so. Okay, let's try it.
Engine fire
There we
left.
go.
Engine fire left. Engine fire right. Engine fire right. APU fire. APU fire. Bleed air left. Bleed air left. Bleed air right. Bleed air right.
Okay, there's that done. Now it's the APU. Wait for the green light to come on. Oh, resetting the battery does it? Oh, okay. Now I'm thinking it's just crank the engine now. So it's the right side first, which is that way. I'm going to look on here for 25. And I think it's shift home to get the right side out of its detent. And there we go. So that's spooling up now. Let's get in that. 36, 37. Temperature's going up. Make sure it doesn't go over 800 degrees. There you go, we hit 500 and it's receding, so that's all good. Okay, so that's up. And we've got more tests going on then. Okay, so I think we turn these on now. Let's get the stick out of the way. Yeah, it's up here. Okay, so there's all the, you can clear that and then press it again. There's all our warnings at the minute. And we come up with the bit test. Now we need to turn the radar up to operation. I think we can then, I think we spin this, but it might be when both engines are started. I can hear some air coming in. Bottom of the stick, yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. That's handy, isn't it? Right, so we need the HUD on as well. Let's get that down so it looks a bit more realistic. So that looks a bit too much for me. Here we go. Okay, so we'll put nav to ground. I'm thinking. And over this side, now I'm trying to think what we do next. What they did in that, it wasn't this, it wasn't this. Do we do the bit test after engines? Yeah, let's crank the left engine now. I think that's about right. I may be wrong in sequence now, but at least we're getting it started. Okay, let's move the up. So we've got some lights here, haven't we? Let's get that up. Can't really see the other ones. They're behind the throttle. Okay, so that's the left engine started. So if we go onto here, and we need to go to FCS, if we hold the, no, tell a light. I think we have to reset it now. So if we press reset, okay, that's reset the FCS. And then I think it's the bit test for the FCS there. So Y and FCS. Let's see if that's doing anything. Oh yeah, that's going. That's the APU off. Okay, that looks like that's done. And that's all go, 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 go. Go back to the bit test page. So I'm not sure about these ones. So let's see if any of these work. That's in test. That's in test. And that's in test. Let's see if those work. Put the HUD on that side. Is that part of the test? That might just stay in test. I don't know if it'll actually, if it does anything. Oh well. So then we need to shut the canopy. Oh, where's the switch? There you go. Down it comes. Okay, that's down. I think now we can stick that into nav. And let's reset that one last time. There we go. Yeah, that's just saying test, isn't it? Does these work? Do you know what? I don't know. Okay, let's go to the back to the FCS page. That's all clear. We'll hold down this one. And there's our 12 degrees on the old fins there. Those wheel steering's on. And I think that's it. I don't know if I've missed anything. You'll have to let me know if I've missed anything. But I think that's basically the cold start procedure finished. Obviously you put some lights on and things like that. But we don't need those. Let's put this up. Yeah, I don't think I've forgotten anything. And turn that off. Right, so did I miss anything? Does anyone know? I don't think I did. It all seems to be up. There's no warning lights on. Oh, brilliant. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated, New Speedy. And welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Right, so that goes down and that goes up before takeoff, doesn't it? So, yeah. Okay, so we're all up and running. So let's see, let's have a look and see what other things they've got in store for us. If there's anything else that I can attempt. Let's see. We've done the bombing. I've done carrier. Yeah, let's try guns and rockets. See if that works. Done guns and bombs. Done carrier takeoff, carrier landing. Kind of. Do I know how the flares work? No, I haven't got that far yet. I think there's actually I think it's behind the stick, isn't there? There's a bypass dispenser, and you have to flick that, and then you can use the flares and things. Something to do with that, I think. I'm not 100% on everything yet, but from what I can gather. Right, so what it said: ahead of you at waypoint 1 are target arrays of soft-skinned target vehicles. Use mission to practice both rocket and air gun weapon delivery in both CCIP and manual modes. Target arrays of soft-skinned target vehicles. Okay. CCIP and manual modes. So that's ahead of me. So okay, we need to go air to ground. 10R CCIP. Is that it? Okay, let's try and see what happens. Let's get a good view on there. Oh yeah, that works. Oh, let's see if I can bomb something here. I'm wondering if it's, yeah, in range. That's quite far off, isn't it? Let's get another one. There we go, boom. Alright, let's pull up and out of here. Lots of devastation. How many we got left? Oh, was that it? Oh, that's not many. Okay. Right. Lurking. Yeah, good idea. It's great fun to fly, you know. Lots of learning, but it's a great module. Okay, there's lots that's not in it, but even so, you can still enjoy yourself. Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it? It's I especially like the sounds they've put in the wind set, you know, the wind roar sound, which is really nice. Makes you feel like you're working. I feel myself tensing up with trying to get things going. Oh, that was a bit off. Oh. There we go, coming round. Okay, I've got 7 rockets left. So these dispense really quick.
Altitude. Altitude.
There we go, just got that on the pass. Yeah, so I've pulled the trigger once and basically it launches 7 rockets at a time. So I wonder if there's a way to change that or if it's just a default. Because obviously in the Harry you fire and you fire 1. This seems to fire quite a few in quick succession, so there must be a setting for it. I wonder if that's the manual mode. Look at that, there we go, Vapor. And that was through the 200, probably between 300 and 200 knot range to get that. Okay, let's change the gun.
Altitude. Altitude.
What GPU do I have? I've got a 1070 Ti, and it's a pallet, 8GB obviously. Very nice GPU. I think you can pick them up for about 400 now, pounds that is. Mine was about 450. But yeah, I haven't looked back, it's absolutely brilliant. Really needed a new GPU and I'm glad I bought that one. It's close to the 1080, isn't it, the 1070 Ti, apart from it's got one thing turned off and it's not got the DDRX. But it's, yeah, a really powerful card. Is there anything left here? Doesn't look like it. So I can get rid of those, perhaps. If you go around to stores. No. No. Oh, there you go. They're gone. That was easy, wasn't it? 200 kilos. Yeah, pretty heavy. Took a couple of blokes to bring it up, but I got it in. Okay, let's see if I can find a target for this gun. 540 rounds left. See, look, Mach 1 again. When you've got nothing on, this thing wants to move.
Altitude. Altitude.
And you don't even notice. It's strange. Right, let's see if that'll do the trick. Yeah, there we go. He's on fire. Let's pull up and get some altitude there. See, look, the roll rate's really good. Okay, let's pull round. Oh, let's go around that. Let's see, get the throttle off. Is that one there?
Altitude. Pull up, pull up.
Yeah, it looks like it. Whoa. Oh, that was lucky. Oh, let's go up in the air a bit. How much fuel have I got? 80, oh, loads. 8,400. And we're going up. And let's pull round. Cut the throttle. So we just pick up speed as we are. Oh, I see another. Is there another one? That looks like one there.
Altitude. Altitude. Pay up, pay up.
Yeah, he looked like he was flashing. I'm not sure if I actually got him properly. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh yeah, he's smoking. Is that all of them? It's hard to tell, isn't it? So far away. You can zoom in, I suppose.
Altitude. Altitude.
Oh yeah, there's one there. Let's go get him. And if I zoom in a little bit, I think he's there, isn't he? There you go. Yeah, he's on fire. Oh, this is good fun to fly. I'm getting a bit more used to it now and what it can do. Performance is ridiculous. But then I'm used to flying the Harry, you know, if you're used to the Circus or the MiG-20, well maybe not the MiG, but F18 maybe. But being used to the Harry, this is like getting in a Formula 1 car. Left the MIDI at home. Okay, we expended, still got some gun left, not sure if there's any targets left to be honest. Let's have a look there. No, it looks all gone, doesn't it? Look there.
Altitude.
Oh, that's pretty much dead. Okay, let's put some power on. See at 500 knots. So if we go up to 65, yeah, let's see how, I've got the burner on. Let's see how high you can have this nose when it stops losing speed. That's 40 degrees. It's pretty much holding it at 30 degrees. 370 knots. Now it's losing it a bit. Yeah, it's still losing it as you get higher. So yeah, so that's just above 15 degrees, 339 knots. It's not losing anything. Ah, Don Brock. Hi, how are you? Thank you very much for the follow. Much appreciated. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Oh, there we go. Let's pull up. Look there. Contrails. That's 250 knots. I better pull that down a bit or we're going to fall out of the sky. Let's push that down. That's 42,000 feet. Yeah, look, I'm really losing the speed now. Let's get the nose down. 43,000. So we'll look outside. Yeah, nice high angle of attack there. Ah, Fisherman's Enemy TV, thank you very much for the follow, much appreciated. Welcome to the stream, good to have you. Okay, we're doing 160 knots there, 44,000 feet. So if I use the trim, see if we get that nose down. 45,000 feet. Just adjusting that to stop it falling anymore. Gain a bit of speed now. Yeah, very hazy up here. That's really nicely done. What are we doing right now? I've just done some bombing. I've done some rockets and guns. I was just after I'd done that, I just wanted to see, just mess about a little bit. The Earth is flat. It is, yeah. It's not round. Who said it was round? So we're just flying the F18, just trying it out, seeing different things, seeing what it can do, seeing what it's like performance, see how it is to fly. There's we did some carrier earlier. I might do that again in a minute. See if I can do another carrier takeoff and landing, as that's always good to try. So what's that? 45,000 feet. Mach 0.92, and even though the burner's still on, £6,000. Very nice, very, very nice. Mrs. Quidgy, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for the follow, much appreciated. Good to see you. Okay, so let's quit out of here. Instant action. So Persian Gulf. Let's do a carrier takeoff and then a landing. Let's have another go. I was doing it earlier. Not the greatest landings ever, but I managed one or two. So we'll see if I can manage it this time. Just trying to do it on the throttle and on the trims, rather than use the stick, which makes it a lot harder, I think. So if you use the trim and the stick a bit, it just makes it a bit easier. Okay, so carrier takeoff. Hit flight. Alright, there we are. It's just putting us onto the catapult, I think. Zoom out a little bit. So, how much fuel have we got? Oh, full tanks. Let's have a look, see what we've got on there. Oh yeah, so we're fully... So I'm going to have to drop that after takeoff, I think. Then try landing. We got the limiter there. So if we've got 12, we've got 16 stab. Alright, let's go with that. Right then, let's get the throttle up and let's get underway. Well, and we're off. So you don't touch the stick when it takes off. And because the stab trim has got quite a lot on there to get you that nose up attitude, you just leave your hands off the stick and it flies off the carrier. The nose comes up and then you can grab the stick and fly around and get underway. So if I put that on, just get rid of all of that. So where's the carrier? There it is. So it must be it, heading north again. Oh, we've got a wingman as well. So it's 180 degrees. Let's get the nose down. We need to be about 600 feet, I think. Let's put some trim in. So we've still got the wheels down. We can put that there. That's all carrier. Get the hook down. Just keep an eye on that speed. And let's see if we can get down to that 600 feet. Okay, there we go. I'm going to give myself a bit of room. You're supposed to come in, I think you're supposed to turn in now and just fly right round and straight in. Not a very long approach, I think, and operationally, but I'm not quite there yet, as you'll see in a minute. So let's get a turn on it. Yeah, keep that speed up a bit. Come on, get down. See, the nose wants to pop up, or it wants to go straight into the ground. You've got to be very slight on the controls, I'm finding. Oh, there goes the wingman. There he goes, look. Probably wondering what I'm doing. So let's keep that. We're getting close to that 8.1 degree alpha already. 170 knots. That must be around about right for line up. Okay, so let's get that speed down now. How much fuel? Oh, we've still got loads of fuel, but the tanks are off. Not sure if I'm a bit heavy. Yeah, a bit fast. I might be a bit shallow as well. Coming in there. Put some trim in. Oh, see, look, that got slow straight away. So now I'm trying to use the throttle to just get that, and then the nose wants to pop up. So then you have to trim it down, and then put the throttle back up, and then trim it down again, trim it up again. Yeah, very hard to get that as needs be. I think I'm lined up. It's hard to see, isn't it? There we go. Hope I don't go into the back of the carrier. Bit embarrassing. There we go, we're coming in now. Hold that, hold that, hold that. No, bolt it. Okay, let's go around and try that again. It's very slow-mo. What, as in the Hornet? You think it's a bit slow, or? Okay, it's back to 200 knots. Let's just go round, try that again. Oh, get your nose down, nose down, nose down, nose down. Reset that trim. See that we're at 240 knots already. But as soon as you reduce the throttle bar too much, the speed will just hit the, hit the floor. So you've got to be. You have to change how you fly this depending on what regime you're in, which is quite interesting. It's very slow, methodical, or it's fast and furious. Okay, so let's turn in, give it some throttle, don't lose too much speed. I'm wondering if instead of 600 feet, if I actually start a bit higher, because I'm further out, might make it slightly easier. Maybe not easier, but slightly better for the approach. A bit more stable, maybe. So let's try that. You watch, I'll come in way too high now. So I think we're about there. As far as the approach, just come around a little bit. Plus the carrier's moving, so it's not like it's stable. You've got to keep in line as it moves. And I don't know what it's doing, maybe 15 knots, 10 knots, 20 knots, something like that. Alright, so let's get that speed off now. See, look, as soon as you take that throttle off, that speed is coming way down. So let's get that up. If I just concentrate on that flight path vector for a minute. There. Right, pull up, pull up, pull up. finding that balance between throttle and trim. See, look, I'm now dropping way too much now. That might be roughly there, and I'm too slow. Get that down again. Oh, find it. Bit of power, power, down. Oh, we're down. Phew. That is a lot harder than it looks. Whenever I watch anyone else doing it, I'm thinking, well, yeah, you just do this and you get it stable and you just aim for this bit and then you land, you know. But when you're actually doing it, it takes quite a bit of concentration when you're new. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Okay, let's get the hook up. Let's get the wings up. Just pull that up there. See if they come up. See, I'm not sure if you have to put your flaps into auto. Oh yeah, there you go. Let's hit the stab reset, which puts it to 12 or whichever degrees. Okay, there we go, that's that. Let's stick the nose wheel steering on high. So what have we got here? Okay, let's fix that. Right, I think if you hold down A, it does something with the trim. Not sure. Right, I'm going to see if I can get on the catapult again now and go for another round. What have we got? That's it, just keep it slowly. Oh, my nose wheel steering's gone off. Okay, let's bring that round. See if I can get this in play there. Let's stop there. Right, this is tricky. Oh, look at that. Oh, got lucky there, I think. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so if I now put that down and press the U key, yeah, there we go, straight on, and we're locked into the catapult. Well, that's pretty good. Right, so F1, let's put the wings back down and use the mouse wheel just to pop that in and out. Wait for those to fully extend. Right, check the rudder trim again. There we go. Let's go half for the flaps. Right, and I think that's all we have to do. Right then. So what's this light we've got on here? L bar, that means that's down. So that's fine. So just centralise my view here. There we go, that's going to swing around to the left a little bit now, isn't it? Right, let's put the throttle up. Check trim. I never know what that means. And we're off. And we're up. So we've got the burner going. Let's turn around to the left. So if I pull back on the stick, I can just keep that 190 odd knots. There we go, we're coming up to 600 feet. (180 degrees), and let's bring the throttle back. And the only difference now is I'll put the flaps on and extend the hook. Right, there's the carrier. So let's not lose too much speed. I mean, trim looks good to me, but get the nose down a little bit. Take off with wings up, is that possible? Apparently it is. Some people have done that already. There's some YouTube videos where they've kept the wings up and rearmed and flown around with it, and yeah, it does work. Okay, let's turn in. Keep an eye on the carrier and on the jet. A bit too much throttle there. Just get the nose down. Let's bring that speed back. There we go. Okay, so get the speed down now. Let's see if we can gently control this using the trim. No, here we go, it's off again. Right, hang on. So when you move the throttle back, you've got to put the trim up, and when you move the throttle forward, you've got to put the trim down, as though you get that nose up action there. Just try and balance it out a bit. Yeah, that's a bit low. So you put the throttle up, gain a bit of altitude. Put a bit of adjust that very slightly. Bit of no, that's a bolter. So I think I landed just a little bit short there, and you get the old hook bounce, which is modelled, by the way. So obviously the hook hits the deck and it bounces up and jumps over the wires, and you're off again. So it's getting slightly better, I think, on the approach, but still wobbly. Still not. It's not settled enough. Alright, get the nose down. Come on. So I've got to reset the trim now. Let's get some speed in the jet. Get the nose down again. Yeah, because from doing the training missions yesterday that they've got here, for landing it says use the trim for pitch and use the throttle for AOA, the angle of attack, and you've got to find the balance. Easier said than done. I think it's a lot easier if you're landing on the field and you do give yourself a good long setup. But obviously the carrier's moving, so as soon as you tip your wings, it goes out of balance, and you've got to use tiny adjustments. Like there, having a little practice on my downwind leg. See that? If I put some in now, see it's going slightly out as far as the angle of attack goes. There you go. So the trim gets that angle of attack. Aha. The throttle's rocking the boat a bit. Right, we're miles away now, yeah. Right, let's turn in. Let's get some speed up. Just for the turn. Obviously as you turn, the nose wants to go down. You know, you get some side slip and nose down towards the ground as you change your lift vector. So when you're slow, it wants to do it a hell of a lot quicker. And it's very easy to find yourself into the ground at low speed. She really likes to be dealt with a lot of care and attention. So if I just get that on there. Aha. So that looks a lot nicer. There we go. And finally it's clicked. So the trim finds your angle of attack. Then, so if the E-bar is slightly high, you put in some up trim, maybe 1 or 2 notches, and just use the throttle then to control the pitch look. So I had that the wrong way round. But you see, as I tilt the wings there, it then wants to start getting out of sync a bit. So at the moment I'm just playing with the throttle. Hands off the stick. Click. I think I've worked it out. Oh, look at that, that's nice, 600 feet per minute. Just if we find ourselves a bit low, we just give it a bit of throttle. You see the flight path vector goes to the end of the carrier. Bring it back down again. Ah, so I was doing it the wrong way round. I had the right idea, but I got muddled. And now I'm doing it this way. It seems to be a lot more stable. See that I was a bit off of that approach as well. Come on, let's keep that up there. So now I'm just rocking the throttle back and forward, and it's keeping it there. Don't hit the end of the boat. Just keep that going. Get that in line. Right, put some bit more throttle in. Oh no. Yeah. So that was much better, much more stable. So let's turn left. So I'm still a bit low. I'm still not finding that 3-degree glide slope, which is a pain. So let's start this 600 feet. Let's start this at a little bit higher, then we can go a little further out. Here's 180. It's quite not there yet. So if we're starting further out, if you're 1200 feet, you can start the actual descent twice as far out, can't you? So let's get it to where the actual carrier is more down towards the 5 degrees. So put a bit of up trim in there. Just practicing that again. Yeah, so we're trimmed for 8.1 degrees, and we're using the throttle for the actual pitch. Yeah, yeah. Oh, was it you calling? Oh, okay. No, I know who's calling. I'll call them back soon. It's probably about my car that Halford's wrecked, and they're trying to fix it. Okay, so that's quite far out, isn't it? We've got 1200 feet. So let's just give a nice gentle and use that throttle. Don't touch the stick. Keep the trim as is. Yeah, look, it's flashing, so it's like a bit too much bank. Let's bring the throttle back a bit. So that looks a bit more on speed. Okay, let's take some of that bank out because I can see that becoming a bit of a disaster. So let's see where we are. That might be a bit better angle. Okay, let it settle. Take your hand off the stick. So if we keep that, yeah, look, we're nowhere near 3 degrees there. So what we need to do is just find that balance, just keep that, don't descend yet. There we are, hang on. Just keep that in line with the carrier. Making small adjustments to the throttle. When the carrier, that's probably 2.5 degrees there. I mean, even a 4-degree descent wouldn't really matter that much. But 3 degrees is ideal. Let's just keep that halfway. Turn it right. Let it settle. Bring the throttle back. Right there. So if we can now bring in, as it gets closer, I'm just bringing in a bit more thrust. There. Right, bringing it back off. Not too much, just enough. Let it stabilise. Oh, what's he doing? Kangaroo. Yeah, he's off again. Didn't hit me, did he? Right. Let's get that. So we're a lot more stable on the approach now. But come on, let's get that up. Get your nose up, get your nose up. A bit too much. There we go. No, up a bit. I want the flight path vector ahead of the cables, don't I? Right, let's keep that going, keep that going. Bring it back, bring it back. There we go. Well, that was a lot nicer. That was a bit more like it. But boy. Yeah, so yeah, getting the knack now. So if you have that nice stable approach, so you set the 8.1 degrees AOA with your trim, then you don't have to touch the stick apart from left and right. You then use the throttle for your pitch, and it is literally very tiny throttle movements, and sometimes you have to rock it back and forward just a tiny bit, just to keep it a bit more centralised. But as you can see, I'm slightly off centre, but that's a lot better than it has been for quite some time with this. So that's always good. Wow. Do you know, the concentration needed is unbelievable. Really does. And I thought the Harrier needed some in hover. But it's still like anything, once you know the knack, even with the Harrier, once you know what you're doing, you don't even think about it after a while. When you've done it and done it and done it and done it. I mean, with hovering with the Harrier now, it's just second nature, you know what you're doing. So I guess the same thing's going to happen with this. The more you do the carrier landings, I mean, the takeoffs are a doddle, aren't they? You just put the throttle forward and you don't even need to touch it, and it just points the nose in the air and you're off. But with the carrier landings, even if you even have to use the same technique when landing on an airfield. But I suppose with an airfield it's not moving, is it? So you don't need to keep adjusting your position. You're not looking for a wire, you're not trying to hit a certain touch point. So the carrier just adds those elements that are that up the ante as much as you're thinking. But I think, you know, probably practicing on the land with this kind of technique would probably be a brighter idea than just jumping straight on a carrier. But where's the fun in that? So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm getting the knack of it. So I've done that. I've done some bombs, done some guns. We've seen some rockets, and yeah, really liking this module so far. Very, very nice. Be interesting to see what updates they have coming for it, and how they grow this, and what new weapons will come eventually, and what systems they're going to add in, and when they're going to add them, and if they're going to make much difference to actually using, you know, the because some of the systems you could add and you might never use. It's nice to know they're there, but if they're non-essential for what your task is, then it seems a bit pointless. But anyway, I'm going to have to go. I've been streaming now for 2.5 hours. I should be back on later, probably around about the 7 o'clock mark. I don't think there's a mission on tonight that I'm involved in, but I'll definitely do some more Hornet tonight. Probably a few more carriers, landings, try more weapons. I'm going to see what else is available and what else I can try to make it a bit more interesting. Thank you to everyone that's been watching. Thank you, Shifty, for the host. That was very kind. Thank you to all those that have followed. Very much appreciated, and it's good to see you. So until around about 7 o'clock, yeah, look, there you go. What an idiot. So till about 7 o'clock tonight, if you come back, it'd be good to see you. If not, I'll see you again soon. So take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks again. Bye bye.